All right. We back with another edition of the ATL 3-Style Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Leo G. Man, we're back. All three today as we discuss some sports in general, ATL sports specifically, state of Georgia sports, man. Just a lot to talk about. But before we get off into it, man, I gotta definitely pass it over to my co-host to hold me down. Pass it over to my boy Derek out there on the east side. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, Leo G? What's going on, Baby Banks?
What's going on, Derek Cole? What's going on, Leo? How y'all feeling?
Hey, man, we good, man. We get to talk about some ATL sports, get to talk about some just, stuff that we're passionate about. I don't know how deep down the rabbit hole we'll get tonight. We'll definitely discuss a couple of things, man. But before we get all that in order, before we start talking about some sports, man, Derek Cole, let everybody know about our boy out there on that east side.
What's up, y'all? Come check our boy out over there, Eastland Woodworking. Our man, Mr. Johnson Phil, doing his thing over there in the east side. If you need an ashtray, if you need something just custom built that's made out of wood, my boy Phil will make sure that he take care of you. There's a QR code, so you know what to do with it. Hit him up.
Absolutely, man. Go ahead and hit my boy up, man. You know, he do some good work, man. I got some Christmas coming up, man. Holidays coming up, man. I got some orders in. Derrico, man, I'm a surprise you, dog, man. I'm pulling out all the punches, man. We getting some stuff made, man. We get some stuff done, man. It's gonna be cool to add to the bar per se, man. So we're gonna do it, man. We'll Banks might order some stuff, I don't know, but we'll see here coming up shortly. But like I said, holidays coming up, man. Hit that man up. Try to put that QR code back up toward the end of the show. All right, fellas, man. Listen, it's been a minute. Last show we had, man, Derrico, you and I, we talked a little bit, man. World Series went down. That thing is over now. We're now thick into football season, NCAA, NFL. Homecoming season just passed. That was just upon us, man. Derrico, man, your thoughts on homecoming, man. Listen, I ain't get a chance to go to my shout out Tuskegee, shout out to you, my adopted HBCU. Didn't get to go to homecoming, man. Down there this year, man. Heard a lot of wild things about what happened down there to you for homecoming. But fellas, we in the thick of this fall sports thing. Am I right there, Cole?
We absolutely are. My old neighbor, my homeboy, his daughter is now going down to TU. So he went down to homecoming. So he didn't give me too bad of a report. But I guess I did read something. And I think I got the right school. Where they was talking about the president basically told the old folks to stay at home, and they obliged by staying at home. So I don't know what that was about, but I can guarantee he won't make that mistake next year. Bleed out.
Man, listen, man. TU is probably, if not one of the biggest HBCU homecomings. I've been to a lot of HBCU homecomings. We've talked about this, fellas, man. But TU, obviously, it's up there. You know what I'm saying? I say number one. It's definitely top 5. But they had a little something with the president, man. He had some words, man, and a lot of the alumni kind of got in their feelings and was like, you know what, we'll show you. But it is what it is, man. We'll definitely try to get down there next year for it, man. TU is always a great experience. Thanks. What's been going on your side of time, man? What's been going on in your world, man? Like I said, we're in the thick of this football season, man. Just sports season in general. What's going on? What's up?
Nothing good on this end, y'all. Just keeping up with some Braves report. Just trying to do some due diligence of figuring out what this Braves team is doing going up to the next 2026 season. Trying to keep up with everything. Other than that, man, it's just been slow and steady.
Copy that, man. Speaking of Braves, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Just hot off the presses on yesterday, man. The Braves hired a new skipper, man. Walt Weiss looks like he's going to be the new skipper of the Braves. Very underwhelming news, in my opinion. Former bench coach and also a player for the Atlanta Braves. Banks, I know you probably done your due diligence in looking up some statistical stuff on this guy, man. In my opinion, very underwhelming. But Banks, what can you tell us about Walt Weiss, the new hire for the Atlanta Braves over there?
Walt Weiss is a bench coach for the Atlanta Braves, man. He comes in kind of knowing the organization front and back already. I think that's as the DNA of this team. You kind of had to know that's what was coming down the pipe. They were going to hire within. I would say he's a little bit kind of rough around the edges. I don't think he's that robot kind of manager that we saw Snicker. Kind of like oh, it's baseball. We're just gonna go through. I think you're gonna get a little bit more of a fiery manager this go round. I think a lot of people are disappointed because the lead up to it, all the talks about, perhaps we might be talking to a guy from the Dodgers and the guy from, from other clubs, and all of a sudden 2 weeks in it's like, up, Walt Weiss, and then people's like, oh, why you couldn't say this weeks ago? This is pretty much he's been the top hire or candidate for weeks now. Now, it's like, I guess, let's see what happens with it.
Yeah. Like I said, very, like you said, it was a much ado about nothing, I guess, because we were waiting on the World Series to end. Like you said, there were a lot of reports about us possibly going after somebody from the Dodgers, and then all of a sudden it was like, we waited all this time for this. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed, man. Shout out to the Braves, but man, listen, we didn't have to wait for this, did we, Derico? They could have told us this. They could have just told us this right after the season ended, man.
Well, let me interrupt right quick. It was probably an incident where the guy from the Dodgers said no, thank you, and Braves had to kind of like come through the back door. It's like, okay, well, Weiss it is. They had to wait until the Dodgers, ended that World Series in order to talk to him. So that's my opinion. I think the guy just said thanks, but no thanks. I'm staying here where the getting is good.
Derico, your thoughts on possibly why we waited this long to announce the coach? I mean, Banks said that possibly we were waiting on the Dodgers, but I don't think that the Braves ever had any. I don't think they were going after anybody from the Dodgers. I think this guy, all along, we've known who this was going to be.
Listen, man, just like you said, Banks, it seems like there is a conscious effort to keep the status quo in the Braves organization, and that's just where I feel. I mean, it's the same song and dance. You already got them saying that Snick 2.0, so you might as well say it's Bobby Cox 3.0. So what you're going to expect is hopefully that Walt Weiss will do like the other two, get you one, I guess. Get you one. I mean, that's where we are as an organization, I guess. As long as you get one, we good. That's better than the other team. Okay. But that's all I'm going to say about that.
I mean, like you said, Snick 2.0, man, So
and with that said, how can you even argue with that?
I mean, listen,
what I'm saying is you can't argue the fact that that's one that any other Atlanta sports team have. We talk about, the inept of the Falcons and Hawks, and then the Braves, and then everyone want to poo-poo on it. But yet they got trophies. So I mean, we can't really argue about that. They've been doing their thing.
We can absolutely
we can, but at the same time, at the end of the day,
I'm not gonna ever be content. I'm not gonna ever be content.
I totally understand, but when it comes to them other teams over there, I have nothing to say. I cannot. If you're doing comparison to Atlanta sports, okay,
we were.
I mean,
we are.
The thing is though, like Derico just said, status quo is just that. It's status quo. With the Braves, the expectation is to always be there and to always dance. And I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, yes, we have championships in the case with the Braves, but I mean, there's been a lot of disappointment with them too. So I'm not gonna sit up here and throw some tape out there just to say, okay, hey man, yeah, they got a trophy, but hell, we wet the bed on a couple of times. I want to see championships every year. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we'll talk about the Hawks and we'll talk about the Falcons later, man. But the Braves, they got they got their trophies, man. But still, it's weird. It's win championships every year. That's the expectation with the Braves, and that's what they have put on the table. I think that's what Derico is trying to say. So, I mean, yeah, kudos to the Braves for winning championships, man. But hell, we want to see them every year round here. Speaking of championships, man, let's talk about. Go ahead.
I can guarantee you, the LA Dodgers don't say that. You know why they don't say that? Because they don't settle for mediocrity. You know what I'm saying?
And you know why else they don't say that? They got other championships in that city.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the part they don't. We expect the bare minimum when we do something okay. Just like the whole. I'm not going to another sport. I'm just going to talk about baseball. We expect the Braves to be the standard here in Atlanta. We expect that. I'm not going to dumb myself down because of the other teams and say that my expectation for the Braves is going to be different. No, that's not going to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The expectation is to win with the Braves every year. There's no comparison. And to sit up here and say, oh, okay, well, they the Braves, they get that pass. Hell no, they don't get that pass. They need to win every year too. I mean, if they are the benchmark banks, if they're the benchmark in this city, they don't get a pass. They don't get a pass just because they got a trophy. I don't think Patriots fans say, oh, well, we got enough trophies. We're good. If we middle of the road, we don't make the playoffs. I don't think Lakers fans say that. I don't think, any team that has the success like the Braves actually say that every year going into the season. Like, oh, well, it's cool. We got a trophy in the case. It'll be okay if we make the playoffs and be one and done. The expectation is to win championships every year.
Agree
and there's no comparison to no other team in the city. No comparison.
Well, that's my whole argument, Leo. I just said you can't compare the Bostons of the world and the LA of the world and Chicago's of the world to our sports cities. We have nothing but the Braves. So I mean, my thing is, yes, I agree. The Braves is like win or else. I can't say that for the Falcons. I cannot say that for the Hawks. You know who can say that? Boston can say it. Chicago can say it. LA can say it. Dallas can say it. Atlanta cannot say it. So, I mean, my thing is, yes, I'm hanging on to the Braves or what they've done. So until the Hawks and Braves or Falcons do something, we're going to always be wondering what would it be like to have multiple championships in multiple sports. So, yes, the Braves are a high standard. They are the one that you have to win or else. It's like they the one we hang our hats on in this city is the Atlanta Braves.
The expectation is to win with every team. I mean, if you're a fan of teams in the city, the expectation is always going to be that they're going to win championships. Now, we don't have any control over what they do once they lace them up. But my expectation is clear with every professional team that I cheer for in this city. I don't know how Derrico feels about it, but there's no excuse for any team in this city. I want them to go out there and win. Okay, I can't control what Boston does. I can't control what they do in LA, Chicago, wherever. I'm pretty sure the people in Cincinnati and the people in Cleveland say the same thing. The expectations go out there on the field, on the pitch, on the ice, wherever you go, the expectation is to win. That's it.
I mean, that's what sports is. And I always will go with my boy's quote. You play to win the game. Period.
It is what it is at this point. Like you got on your tag, it is what it is. Listen, let's talk about another team that's brought a championship here as of recent, man. Georgia Bulldogs, man. Let's talk about them. We hadn't got a chance to talk about them and what they're doing over there, man. Banks going to pass it over to you here first. Went down there I'm going to call it what it is. It's the world's largest cocktail party down there in Jacksonville. And side note, we'll talk about that here in just a second. It's going to take a move from Jacksonville for a couple of years as they do some renovations down there. Georgia, we go down there, Jacksonville, come back with a win, 24-20. This Georgia team, man, is kind of funny to me, man. We like playing from behind, I guess, man. We pull out a win. Gunnar Stockton, man, is starting to looks like he's getting everything together, getting everything in front of him, man. But we can't seem to control games, can we, Banks? We like playing from behind. The Dogs like playing from behind for some reason. I don't know what that is all about.
I have no clue either. Lately, it's been a check your pulse kind of games with the Georgia Bulldogs. And when you sit there, you kind of like twirl your thumbs. You're like, God, what are we doing? Is this going to be the game where we're going to get upset? It's oh crap. And all of a sudden they pull it out. They win the game. Okay. Can we not do this next week? We say that every week. We're going into Mississippi State next Saturday at 12 o'clock. I don't know what Georgia team's going to show up. I hope we handle business. But at the same time, it's like when you have Kirby out there, I don't know what it is. It's almost like the game slows down when he's coaching, I guess. You get in that fourth quarter, the team changes. I mean, when I say a tale of two halves. You got a Georgia football team in the first half. You got a Georgia football team in the second half, and a Georgia football team in the fourth quarter. If you notice, that fourth quarter somehow they just turn this switch on and they like world beaters. I wish they played at all four quarters instead of just fourth quarter. The fourth quarter where you're pacing back and forth in your room. But hey, I can't really complain, man. They ranked 5 in the nation still. They sitting 8-1. Going on to the next game at Mississippi State. Keep chopping wood, bro.
I mean, that's what you do, man. I mean, if you ever put together a complete game, somebody might be in trouble, man. Derek, your thoughts on Georgia taking down Florida down there at the world's largest? I'm gonna still call it the world's largest cocktail party, man. Down there, 24-20.
That's what it is. I don't care what they say. But I know you had mentioned that they were moving that for the next 2 years. And me personally, it needs to stay that way, where they alternate between Atlanta and I think Tampa is where it's going. Because how long are you going to sit here, Georgia fans, and take this home field advantage that they're not calling a home field advantage? Even though the stadium is split halfway down the road, that don't mean that it's not an advantage for University of them Gators.
Not to cut you off, Derek. I'm gonna let you finish your point, but listen. So I want to quote the great Vince Dooley at one point in time. I just want to bring this up. They asked Vince Dooley several years ago about the rivalry and it being played in Jacksonville. And I just want to put this out there. Vince Dooley, they asked him to say, hey, should it be a home and home? Should we start changing this up? And Vince Dooley laughed. He said, you know what? I got to give something to my South Georgia fans. He said, man, they come to Athens all the time for home games. He said, let's leave this thing in Jacksonville for the South Georgia. And you a South Georgia boy, so you know all about that. But that was Vince Dooley's take. God rest Vince Dooley. That was his take on that rivalry being played down there in Jacksonville. But go ahead.
Since Vince can't defend himself, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say in my head, but I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna keep it pushing. These cardiac bulldogs, that's what they are right now. They are very much like our other team that we cheer for and root for. They're beginning to be like that. Do I like that? No, I don't. Why? Because it gives me angst. They're giving me more heart stress than them dirty birds, and that's a problem. Even though they're winning, they still giving me this little flutter in my heart to see them always at the last minute, like Banks was saying, coming down to the end of fourth quarter. Everybody in the country knows that there's a slow start with the Georgia Bulldogs, and if it ain't been fixed by now, I don't see it being fixed. That's all I got to say. But I can tell you what. They're gonna catch the right team at the right time. That's gonna be hitting on all cylinders, and you're gonna get too far behind, and you ain't gonna be able to make up for it. You only got one chance to lose again, and you still may get in, but you don't want them problems when you go into the playoffs.
Nah, man. I mean, right now with the way that the college football playoff has been expanded, I mean, it's literally now a marathon and not a sprint, man. So you have multiple ways of getting in there. Right now, Georgia is just trugging along. And, one thing you said, Banks, is that, and I feel this way, I don't really get nervous because, like you said, it's Kirby. Kirby is the X factor, man. We've seen him literally, say, hey, go into halftime, make adjustments, and they come back out, and these boys are like a different team. Obviously, yes, they need to figure it out. Derek, maybe they will this season, maybe they won't. But, the X factor, in my opinion, is Kirby, and it's always been Kirby since he's been the head coach up there at Georgia. These boys, these young men, I should say boys, these young men, they play for Kirby, man. They really do. They go out there and they give their all. And since Kirby's been there, they have fought tooth and nail all the way to the bloody end. I don't think that I've seen the Kirby coach game where these guys have given up. Y'all can maybe refresh my memory if y'all have seen one, but these guys do not quit. They go to the end with Kirby, and I think that that's probably advantage Georgia. Is that, hey, they know how to win in tough situations. So moving forward, yeah, obviously I want them to lead from start to finish. But, hey, we know that they know how to come back. And one thing I will say, and I'm going to pass this over to Banks, is that I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the young quarterback, Gunnar Stockton. Early on, I thought it was a little shaky, but, I mean, this dude's coming along. When you say Banks?
He is. I don't totally agree with him in the mixture of Bobo. I think that's not a good match with offensive coordinator and quarterback per se. That's just my opinion. I think Garner has a arm. I think he has the kind of arm where he needs to be going downfield more often than he is. He also has some wheels on him. Not enough scramblings, not enough um, plays for him to scramble. I mean, I think it would put another dynamic in that offense if they did. But again, that's just me. I'm not a Bobo fan, never have been. So I don't think we're going to see a change when it comes to that, unfortunately. So, but yes, in your question, I think he's doing a great job for what we are asking him to do so far.
I mean, we know Bobo ain't going anywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been very bipolar and very pedestrian at times with the offense up there at Georgia. But as far as him going anywhere this season, I don't think that's going to actually happen. And we've all had our hangups with Bobo and his play caller from time to time. But we're just gonna have to roll with it. Derek, your thoughts on Gunner Stockton and also the offense being, at times, a little pedestrian, but at the end they find a way to come out and do what they need to do.
Hey, I'm not even gonna beat this dead horse about the offensive coordinator, so I'm just gonna answer your question about Gunner Stockton. I think Gunner is a good game manager. I just don't see if this is my personal opinion. If it came down to nut cutting time, I don't think that I can depend on him 2 or 3 games to win those games by his throwing the ball alone. There's going to have to be some other stuff that's going to have to happen in order for him to do that. So yes, he's doing exactly what they're wanting him to do, which is manage the game, don't make mistakes. And like you said, Banks, if you can't get the ball down the field or don't trust him to throw the ball down the field, something else got to happen. I mean, just has to. I mean, we used to be running back you. It's like now we're, I don't know what you call us now. I mean, I just don't know on offense. We just do enough to win. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't want to get flustered by that dude that's calling plays.
Hey, man, just win. That's what we need to do is keep on rolling, man. Like I said, the Georgia takes on Mississippi State this coming weekend, man, and trying to close this thing out. Real tidbit before we move on here and talk a little bit of Dirty Birds. North Avenue Trade School, fellas, they took a hard L, man, up there in Raleigh to NC State. I didn't get a chance to watch the Georgia-Florida game in its entirety. I saw snippets of it, but I was able to see Georgia Tech go up there and struggle against NC State. And Derrico and I think we had this conversation about who was going to be somebody that could jump up there and take their lunch. Because let's be real, fellas, they had an easy role here in the ACC, even though the ACC is kind of imploding. I think that none of the predicted teams are going to end up in the ACC championship for whatever that's worth. But, we looked at the remainder of the schedule, Derrico, until they got, here to Mercedes-Benz to face the Dogs. And we were like, who could do that? And I said, well, maybe Pitt will sneak up and, bite them. I don't really think, I think I did say NC State had a chance because it was up there and it was a night game. So it was homecoming for NC State. They actually were able to pull that out. Banks, I don't know if you watched that game with the North Avenue Trade School that they took on NC State and got upset up there.
I watched a little couple of plays here and there. I watched North Carolina State was playing with some emotion for apparent reason, for being an evening game and a homecoming game, and it was, all eyes was on that game. Let's be honest, guys. Georgia Tech is the hot topic of the ACC right now, and everyone wanted to see what that was all about, what all the hoopla was all about. And North Carolina did what they had to do and put a L by their name. Um, I feel like Georgia Tech has been playing well. Yes, their schedule has been weak in my eyes. But they didn't ask to play that schedule, so they had to lace them up and play it. So here we are. They're going into. I feel like there will be a one-loss team before they play Georgia. Um, they play. I believe they're playing Pittsburgh next. I'm not for certain. Um, but we'll see. I mean, they could possibly lose that game. Who knows? But we'll see. Going into that game in the week before Thanksgiving. Well, I'm sorry, Black Friday. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, and I will be there. Um, Pretty much, it's going to be an epic game to say the least.
It should be, man. Derrico, man, your thoughts on the North Avenue Trade School, man, taking this L. I mean, they still control their own destiny at this point. Even if they don't make the ACC championship, obviously, man, if they can keep rolling, obviously, we all know it's going to be a real big test, like as Banks said, come Black Friday and Mercedes-Benz. But at this point, they still control their own destiny, right?
Hey, they do. And sometimes when you read the press clippings, the roosters come home to roost. And I just think that's probably what happened. Even though when we looked at the schedule, we did say that they had the easiest path to the ACC championship up there in Charlotte. Yes, I pointed out that Carolina school and said if somebody's going to get them, it'll be this team right here or Pittsburgh. And yes, it was that team that I thought would get them because for some reason, I don't know what it is, North Carolina State always find a way to beat a team that's supposed to be better than them and higher ranked than them, or if they're not even ranked. So I just saw that as an opportunity for them to do what they do. North Carolina State just a spoiler bunch in the ACC. It's like they're never going to be a top tier football team in the ACC, but boy, they show what makes somebody mad when they disrupt the flow of the path that they're trying to get to as far as either SEC championship or a national championship.
Man, listen, the ACC has kind of cannibalized itself. We talked about this, man, with the parity now in college football. The ACC is basically now just, I mean, there's a lot of parity over there. I mean, the schools I think that were predicted to make it to the ACC championship now, you know, I think we're looking at like maybe Virginia and Louisville. I don't know, but I know Miami fell off. Of course, obviously Florida State, they've had their issues, and it's just a lot going on. Clemson, who were preseason favorites. Obviously, Derrico, you love me to talk about them. They're a shell of themselves. Obviously, it's a lot going on to digest with them. So yeah, ACC, man, is cannibalized itself, and we'll see here coming up pretty soon who will end up in that ACC champ. It might snake bite. I will say this much, and we'll move on. I don't know you guys' thoughts, man, but playing in the ACC championship for somebody might snake bite them and cost them a playoff spot if they can't win that game. I don't know. We'll have to see how it all plays out, because it's almost like, if you get into that game by default and you lose, man, you might be out of the playoff. So, but we'll see, fellas. Look, we're gonna move on to another.
You just made an excellent point, though, that a lot of people probably don't even pay attention because, like you said, you're talking about the ACC. But there's a lot of one-loss teams in the conference. The only undefeated team right now is Virginia. So, like you said, if that's the case where you end up playing a team and lose, and now you got two L's, I don't see that biased committee putting that team in the playoffs, even though they played in the championship game. They will probably let somebody leapfrog them that has one less loss and put them in there just on GP, because that's just what they do. Dumb.
Absolutely. Look, fellas, hey, we're gonna keep it rolling, man. We moving a little bit past the mark today, man, but we got one more topic to address, and we gotta bring it on home, gotta talk about it, man. Obviously, it's really gonna be hard to talk about, but we'll go ahead and do it, man. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Atlanta Falcons, man. Oh man. Where do I start? Where do I start with this? Where do I go? Here we go, man. Falcons go up to Foxborough and take an L up there, 24-23. This was a mixed, just crazy game, in my opinion, and we'll get into it here and talk about some of the things that happened. Obviously, coming off a major L the week before against Miami, you thought that, hey, we need to go ahead and right the ship. Obviously, man, getting into the middle of the season with 10 games left, we don't have a lot of time to waste. We need wins. We need to try to bundle some wins if we want to be the team that that controls our destiny at this point, man, to try to keep up with Tampa and also to try to keep up with the other teams and the Carolina Panthers in the division, right? But it just didn't go our way. And, a lot of people will say in Atlanta fashion, we coughed this up. There was one specific thing that happened after this game, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But I want to give it over to you here, Derrico, first. This was a tough team in New England. It was a tough opponent. I don't think they took them lightly, but this has now become a recurring theme where, like, you just can't get things going. We talked about Georgia playing from behind. Obviously, the Falcons had to play from behind, right? But we couldn't get anything going, and this is starting to become scary with the offense and trying to figure out ways to get the ball in the end zone and hang with teams and making sure we have opportunities and not, just making a mess of things toward the ends of game, right? Because that's kind of what happened. We had to play our way back into this, and it just turned into a mess. I don't really know how to assess it. Derek Cole, give me your assessment on what happened up there in Foxborough Sunday.
The Falcons do what the Falcons do. They Falcon. I mean, as soon as that extra point got missed, that's the first thing I said. Falcons going to Falcons. I'm going to give a positive spin. At least they scored 3 touchdowns on Sunday and then kicked 18 field goals. So I'm going to say that is progress. I'm going to say that is progress. To try to say something that's not bashing the team right now, because it don't even matter at this point. It's just entertainment. Ain't nothing going to happen until changes are made that are going to improve this team as a whole. So based on that, who we play next? That's who I'm on to. Indianapolis.
On to the next one. Battling Berlin. Obviously, yes, we're on to the next one, man. Listen, I'm a fan, and I'm a diehard fan, obviously, man. And like you said, when I saw us miss that field goal, man, like just all kind of emotions, PTSD, everything just kind of radiated. Just like, what is this a dream? What is this, man? Banks. I'm scared to even pass this over to you. Your thoughts and assessments, man, on what happened up there in Foxborough this past Sunday.
Listen, Derek Cole stole my thunder. I mean, at this point, it is entertainment. It's just watching them at this point. I really don't have any emotion towards them. I feel like we've been lied to going into the season. All we saw was the accuracy and the depth of Michael Penix's deep ball, all on social media, and this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna, we haven't seen it probably what once this whole season. So yeah, I feel like it's we've been lied to. For everything that they said we were gonna do, we're doing the opposite. No imagination on the offense. Um, Injuries piling up, which is normal because it's the NFL. We realized that we're not as good as we thought. I mean, it's like I said, my tagline, it is what it is. At this point, we go forward. We play Indianapolis, another great team. So let's see what happens, I guess. I mean, it's no I mean, it's literally nothing else to say at this point with this team, until changes is made, like Derek O said. I mean, this is what we're gonna get every Sunday. So
Listen, man, like I like your spin on the Derek Cole, man. Positive takeaways, man. In my opinion, look, we saw some great things from my rookies, man. Pierce and Walker, they were able to get together, man. And we always talk about the defense and what they were able, what we haven't seen from them, but we saw, very good thing from the two rookies, Jalen Walker and Pierce. To see that guy number 5 have the best game of his obviously career, and it to be kind of squandered in the way that it was, that wasn't cool. But like I said, that guy has gone out, man, and he's balled every game, man, that he's been out there on the field. And, like I said, Derek Cole, man, I think I might put a couple of dollars in the hat to get you a Drake. I get you a Drake London t-shirt. I don't know about a jersey. We get you a Drake London t-shirt. But listen, man, Drake London.
Do it big. Don't be skipping on me.
Listen,
hey,
man.
I got standards.
I understand, man. Listen, Drake London has been on the positive note, man. I will say this much, man. For what it's worth, man, Drake London has been a very positive note on this team, man, for what it's worth. This dude has balled out, man. Him and Bijan Robinson, obviously. And to your point, Banks, yes. The creativity, I mean, yeah, obviously we know changes have to be made. But yeah, I think offensively, the play calling, the lack thereof, has been the Achilles heel of this team. I mean, I think that there's so much more potential offensively with this team, and I think it's being hindered with play calling and coaching. Now, yes, you have to lace them up, Derek. We talk about this all the time. You got to lace them up and go out there and play. You got to execute. But at the same time, man, there's also something called being prepared. There's also something called, making sure you understand what your strengths are and not to go away from your strengths and to be able to play off of those things. And I think that sometimes this coaching staff has outcoached themselves by trying to do other things that they shouldn't even be doing. So Battle in Berlin coming up this Sunday. First NFL game in Berlin, 9 a.m. kick. Banks, you alluded to, playing basically the number one team in the AFC. Entertainment at this point, obviously that's what it is, Banks. Let's put it like this here. What do you look forward to seeing what we can do? Obviously, they're going to go out here and try to win this game. They're going to try to go out here and win this game. What do they need to do to win this game? I mean, obviously, listen, we know Zach Robinson is going to call the plays Sunday. Obviously, we know the creativity is, if it hasn't gotten there yet, it's not coming. But from a standpoint of what we have, the chips on the table, what do we need to do to come out with a W? Because at this point, we got to claw, scratch, punch, fight our way to a W. What can we do to get this W on Sunday?
I don't know, because I don't know what we do well. Only thing I've seen that the Falcons do well is run Bijan. And so far, teams have shown that they can stop him now. They go all to the depths of hell to stop him. And then when they stop him, you stop the Falcons, in my eyes, because we don't have anything else but maybe Drake London. Lord knows we don't have a wrinkle to get Kyle Pitts the damn ball. I mean, look, when I watch the game and I keep seeing the same play ran every other play, I realized then there's no hope for this team. Like, I was like, this is I haven't seen anything so pedestrian in my life. Like, it would seem like we're running more preseason snaps. But again, that's the only thing that he feel like this team is capable of doing, or that's just his mental capacity. Hell, I don't know. But as of now, positively, Bijan give him the rock, I guess. I mean, that number 7 rod. I mean, I will run him 30 times. If they stop him, they stop him. But I'm not putting the game on the other receivers where I know they can't get the ball. So I mean, just run Bijan, bro. That's the only thing I've seen so far this year.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you got to do that, man. We kind of got away from that. Derrico, you made a good point, man, when we talked earlier, was that, I think they, once again, made a decision to outcoach themselves and say, hey, New England is good with defending the run. So let's get away from that and let's try to throw the ball with a ragtag bunch of receivers. They never tried to establish the run. I mean, yeah, obviously, like you said, Banks, man, best running back, in my opinion, in the NFL. But you go away from trying to get the ball in his hands and do what we need to do. Derrico, man, your thoughts on how we need to win this game on Sunday? Obviously, still a lot of football left. This is our team. Still, for whatever, put like this, and I'm gonna say this much, and I'm gonna let you go with this, Derrico, man, because there's a lot of people, and I'm gonna say it for the folk in the back. I'm never gonna root for this team to lose. I'm sorry. So all you people that's talking about, it's over, just let it go. Might as well. I'm never that dude that's gonna root for this team to lose. I don't care. I'm not doing it. We don't even have a first round pick next year, so it's really futile if we go out there and lose anyway to try to, change our draft status. But I'm never gonna cheer for this team to lose. I want to see them win. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a tall task. I'm not stupid. This team is bipolar at best, but Derrico, tell us what they need to do in order to try to pull one off on Sunday, man.
I'm going to say it as simply as possible. And this has nothing to do with offense. Make Daniel Jones look like that dude that they got rid of in New York. Simple. If you make him look like that dude from the Giants, that's how we're going to win.
Hey, man, that was real simple, man. And Banks, to your point, man, I think the strength of this team has been our defensive play. No, we haven't looked like world beaters on defense, man. But, hey, listen, Sunday, when we needed them to show up, they did. 3 points in the second half, forced turnovers. They got sacks. They put the offense back in position to win the game. And obviously with the lack of creativity and us having gaffles and debacles on the offensive side of the ball, we weren't able to pull this thing out. But Derek, I'm on with you, man. Hey, if the defense got to go out here and make this dude look crazy, then so be it. If Jalen got to go out there and get some strip sacks, we got to get some pick sixes. Defense, do whatever you can to hold the line. Just give us a chance to do something. Before we close this thing out, man, I know this is beating the dead horse to death, but I just got to put this out here because obviously we got to talk about it. You know, here comes kicker number 3. Obviously, we were not able to go into overtime or change the course of that game Sunday because we missed the extra point with Parker Romo. Exit Parker Romo, enter Gonzalez, who comes in now to be the third kicker. This is probably my biggest, the biggest issue out of all the issues that we've had this year. This is probably the worst one. This is the one that I'm pissed off the most about because this was something that could have been addressed in the offseason after we knew Younghoe Koo was having issues last year. And we lost some games because of his foot last year. We waltzed him in this year, really without a care in the world, end up cutting him, bringing Parker Romo in like, oh, okay, well, this guy's going to be the end all be all. Then he does what he does and that's up. Derek Cole, man, this could possibly be the reason, the sole, and Raheem said it's no singular reason. Nah, this could be one of the sole reasons that you might end up in a very precarious position at the end of this season is because of this whole kicking debacle. Am I right?
I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, it just is. I mean, like you said, they had an opportunity, didn't take it. Now they're scrounging in the middle of the season for a kicker. Can somebody please explain to me why we had the international kicker on our roster? If you can explain that to me, and he's not or was not your first, second, third option the last 2 times, then that goes back to something else. There's a disconnect somewhere. Is he unavailable? He's on another team? Is he kicking for another team? Is he in the Canadian League kicking? Somebody please answer this question for me.
Him and Troy Anderson flipping burgers down at Wendy's or something. I don't know. Both of them MIA. Banks, I don't know. Maybe you can shed some light on what's going on with the kicking situation in Lenny Craig, man, because yeah, they said this dude was out there kicking 70 yarders and kept, man, and they ain't even try to attempt to give him a shot.
I don't know, dude. I mean, is he ready? I mean, obviously he's not ready. And if he's not ready, why is he here? Like, I don't even know, what are we doing? Oh, maybe they're gonna bring him in or keep him on the roster till next offseason and let him be competition to whoever. I don't know, man. It's such been a dumpster fire when it comes to trying to figure out this kicking situation. Okay. At one point, Atlanta used to be known to keep kickers. Now we can't find one. And the thing is, when you find one, you juggling unnecessary roster spots that don't need to be taken with kickers that you're not even looking at. I don't know, dude. I
It's
have
Bush
no
League,
clue,
man.
bro. I
Bush
have
League,
no clue.
bro. It's Bush League, man. It's Bush League. We're gonna get up. Well, I don't know. I don't even think I'm gonna set my alarm Sunday, man. I'm gonna get up when I get up, man, and we'll see what happens with this game. Like I said, no expectations, man. We're gonna do what it do. Listen, fellas, we done come to the mark, man. Hopefully this thing a turnaround. Maybe, I don't know. I'm always hopeful. I try to stay optimistic, but sometimes it's very hard. But we're gonna try to do it. Derek Cole, listen, Derek Cole, man. We gonna the next home game. We definitely gonna be in the lot up there on North Side and Nelson, man. Before we close this thing out, let everybody know where they can find you. Let everybody know where you be.
I'm gonna be at the Greater Piney Grove Baptist Church on Sunday at 9:30. Yes. So when I get through doing what I need to do, then I'll go turn my attention to them dirty birds. But this is the first time I think I've ever said that about my Falcons team. So there's some growth. Thank you, Pastor Flip. Appreciate you. Love you. If not, you can find me on Northside Drive 170, Northside Drive on the next home game. Otherwise, I'm not even going to talk about social media today.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, hey, listen. Hey, when you in the spot, man, go ahead and throw one up for them boys over there all the way in Berlin, man. Just throw one up. Just throw one up for them. I'm gonna do it as well. I might be a bedside Baptist, but I'm gonna do it as well. Banks, let everybody know where they can find you, man.
I will be at Cascade Methodist Church on Sunday. When I get out of church, I should hear the beginning of the Atlanta Falcons in Berlin. Whatever you want to call it, Leo, Brawl in Berlin, whatever tagline that is. Hell, I don't know. Yeah, you can find me at Antoine Jarrell Banks on Facebook or Baby Banks 80 on Instagram. And yes, I'm still going to New Orleans. Going to go with the family down there. But unfortunately, I'm not going down there to see the Falcons anymore. I'm going down there to see the Atlanta Hawks. So, yes, I'm still going to New Orleans. Someone had asked me earlier if I'm still going, trying to be funny, thinking that I was being a fair weather Atlanta fan. Maybe, but no, I'm not going because I'm going to New Orleans because the trip is already paid for. So yes, I'm still going.
Man, it's no maybe. It's either you're a fair weather fan or you not. Which one is it?
Listen here. If I'm still here after 2016, trust me, I'm not going anywhere, bro. I've seen the worst loss a human fan can endure. Okay. I'm sorry. No loss against the Patriots in a regular season is gonna turn me away. Okay. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's just not. It's I'm too in this now. I mean, it's again, if that Super Bowl did not kill me then and make me rip this logo off my head, I don't think nothing will at this point. So yeah, I'm here. It's still good, and if it's bad, it's bad, and if it's good, it's good. But I'm still gonna be here.
All right. Okay. Hey, it is like you said, man. Your tag, it is what it is. Hey, man, listen, catch us out on all social media outlets, man. Catch us, it's ATL 3 Style, man. You can catch us anywhere you be on. Well, not anywhere, man. We're gonna have to get. We need some young folk to come in here, man. There's some other social media stuff, man, that they got going on. Yeah, that's some stuff. Yeah, Derek, I know you got. I don't know. Yeah, like Twitch and all this other stuff, man. We're gonna have to figure this thing out, man. We're gonna have to figure it out, man, and get out to the masses, man. We're on the gram though, and we are on whatever that is over there, Xland or Twitter, whatever y'all want to call it. We over there, of course. Nobody, I don't think anybody under the age of 40 is on Facebook no more, but it is what it is. We still on Facebook. Facebook, we love y'all. Thanks. What's up?
No, I was just about to say something about the Hawks, but go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Man, yeah, we didn't get a chance to get into the Hawks today, man, but we'll jump into it because there's a lot going on with them, obviously, man. We but we'll get back to the Hawks here and we'll do a whole, I guess, piece on them coming up on next week because we need to get into the meat of them to talk about what they got going on in the season, man. Yes, good luck down there in New Orleans with the Hawks. Derek, man, Banks, both of y'all. Hopefully, like I said, man, we'll have something great to talk about on next Tuesday when we do this show. It's been another edition. Oh, let me put that QR code back up for our boy out there in Eastlands, man. We'll put it back up. Say we're gonna do it toward the end of the show, so y'all get y'all custom made stuff done. Like I said, he got an Estes page. Click on that link, man, and you can see everything that he'll get done for you guys, man. So listen, it's been another edition of the ATL 3 Style Live, man. We'll holler at y'all on the next go round. All right, yes, sir.